My people, welcome back to your favorite You and I Talk Show with Louise UWACU. This week, my people, we have beauty and talent. My people, welcome back. You and I Talk Show. Today, beautiful and so talented Brandi ALEXANDER. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you look so beautiful.
Thank you.
Let's tell people, you used to be a model.
Yes.
What was that? Canada's Next Top Model.
That's right.
Like you're representing so well.
I'm a proud Canadian.
Yeah.
What can I say? Yeah.
How did it go? How did it go? I guess a lot of people know you from that time, right? How did that whole thing happen?
It's interesting because that was about a decade ago. So yeah, a lot of people recognize me and they say, "Oh, you're that girl from Canada's Next Top Model. You're the crazy one, the bitch." It went. I can say when I look back on it, it went well. I learned a lot from it, a lot, and I learned a lot about myself, and that's why I'm now an actress.
Yes. And then you also did the Deal or No Deal.
That's right.
Yeah. How was it working with crazy Howie Mandel?
Oh, it was a lot of fun. It was
Yeah.
a lot of fun because he's Canadian, and having his show. Having the Canadian version was just so, it was such a good opportunity to be on it and represent Canada. And again, it was another modeling show, but it was a good experience.
Yeah.
And some of the girls from Canada's Next Top Model were actually on the show with me as well.
So every day, how often did you guys tape?
We shot it in a block section. So we'd shoot a couple episodes in one day, and so it would be like that. So it wasn't spread out. It was finished in a short period of time, and I guess you know how that goes.
Yeah.
And it airs.
It airs afterwards, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So people be still watching it. You've already done it, finished, and then people are still talking to you about it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Nice. And so now you're on the new drama, the Romeo Section, in second season. And tell us about that. How did that happen for you? How did you get the part?
How did I get the part?
Yes.
I auditioned for it. I auditioned for it actually a couple times. And the first time I didn't get the role that I auditioned for. They brought me back again and audition for it. I didn't hear back actually for a very long period of time. And then I got a call from my agent one day. I was actually in Costco shopping, and my agent calls me and says, they want to offer you this part on the Romeo Section. And I was in shock. I was like, I'm in Costco. Yeah, of course I'm gonna take it. Of course I want that role. So I was like.
So when you auditioned, did you feel like the audition went great? Because I go to auditions too, like you never know how an audition went. How did you feel in the audition and after the audition?
It's weird because I went in just being me and just doing the role as Brandi would do it. And after I finished the audition, I didn't think about it anymore. And I think that's what kind of helps is not putting so much pressure on yourself and just having fun and playing with it. And that's what I did. And I forgot about it. And then that's when I got the call. I was like, oh, okay, that thing, yeah, that's the one. So
which role did you want first, and then which role did you end up getting? And then how do you now like the one that you got versus the one that you wanted?
I originally auditioned for D, a character that was in the first season. I really liked that role, but now that I can see the character that I play, Lana, in the second season. She's just, I read her and I just saw how I fit that part, and I was like, no one else, who else is gonna play this in Vancouver? This is my role, this is me. I understand her, I get her. So I'm kind of happy that I was chosen to pick that, to play Lana. Yeah.
So what does she do, and what is it about her that made you feel like this is mine, you know, because when you own it, that's how you get it, and that's why you're doing a great job.
Sorry, can you say that again?
What is it about the character that attracts you to the character and that makes you say, yeah, this is me, I want to do it?
Lana is edgy. She's very real. She's gritty, but she's also, even though she's in the trade that she does, she works in the heroin business, she's still a very good person, and she has a good heart. She means well. And so I can relate to that as her, you know, in her struggle, as just on a human level, I can relate to that. And her being a good person, I can see what she's fighting for, and so that really related to me. I really understood that. And it's just, she's just a very real character.
Nice.
And that's why I really wanted to play this part.
Yeah, like go deep and find the real person, the great character, the great heart, even though the person may be doing some nasty things out there.
Exactly.
Okay, my people, let's take a short break and come back and keep talking about this.
You and I Talk Show with Louise UWACU. We love you, the authors, the musicians, the comedians, the entrepreneurs, and all other talented and inspiring people. Please contact info@uwacu.com to be a guest on the show.
All right, my people, we're back with the beautiful Brandi ALEXANDER. And so the Romeo Section, I recently saw you at the VIFF red carpet looking amazing with the creator of the show, the showrunner. How is it working with Chris and the rest of the cast? Like, how is that, you know, energy, and everybody's coming from other places and you're doing this in Vancouver? How is it? And you were born and raised here.
Born and raised here.
So this is your town, you know, how is it to be able to work in your own town?
Oh, it's such a great blessing to be able to work in Vancouver and to be proud of that. I'm a proud Vancouverite and a proud Canadian. The whole cast and the crew, they're just so amazing. They bring so much to the table that it just makes it effortless when you get on set and you work. It's such a fun experience. And especially working with Chris Haddock, he's just so smart, and he's just full of so much history and knowledge that you learn so much from him, even when he's talking to other people and when he's sitting behind the screens. You learn so much from watching. So it's just such a great opportunity.
Yeah. So what about your family? Do they support you in this, or did they have other ambitions for you when you were growing up?
That's interesting you say that. It's funny because ever since I was a child, I've always been somewhat in this industry, whether it was modeling or acting. So this kind of just happened and it just meshed. So my family supports me 100%, and I tell them about the shows that I'm on, and they're there watching. So they're very proud of me.
Very nice.
Yes.
So you have done so much other work. We'll just show a little clip of how much work you have done, but you have so much work, we can't show it all, but we'll just show people a little bit of a clip of what you have done, and then we'll keep talking about your work.
Okay.
All right, my people, let's show it.
Welcome to the Real Housewives of Hell.
Thanks.
Allow me to introduce you to Gina Williams. Her Diamonds and Denim Gala raised over $1.4 million for the Wish Bank last year.
We should do a casino night. I've done casino nights before, and frankly, the cost to stage the event eats too far into the proceeds.
But it's fun. And it will be a big draw.
We already have a big draw, your husband's.
And your boyfriend?
Are the BC Furies football team, and people will pay big money just to party with them.
What, like a house party? Sounds cheesy.
It can still be formal.
Cheesy's taking ourselves too seriously. Let's plan a party.
Avery was a very private person. If there was something wrong, I'd be able to tell. She'd close her office door. She wouldn't want to talk very long.
Did you notice anything like that recently?
On Tuesday, Avery asked if I could cover for her. She said, if anyone asks, she was with me all afternoon. And then she left.
Did she say where she was going?
No, but I don't believe that she'd cheat on Russell.
Yeah, my people, you just saw her work right there. How do you feel when you're watching yourself on screen?
I knew that question was coming. Oh man, I have to tell you the truth. It's hard to watch myself, and I understand now when actors say, "Oh, I can't watch myself." I get it. I'm just so judgmental, and I nitpick.
You're looking at your hair, you're looking at everything, but you're so perfect though. Like, how can you not watch yourself? I mean, are you afraid of falling in love with yourself? Like, oh my God, this is so.
That could be it. That could be it. It's more of my work and my choices. That's what I'm nitpicky on. But I guess you could say that about a lot of actors.
Because as an actor, you're thinking, oh, I could have done it like this. What if I said those lines like this?
Yes.
You know, how would I have been? So how do you get confident, more confident as you do more work, so that eventually you could be like, okay, I aced it. I'm gonna watch it. You know, as I know I aced it anyways.
I don't know if that will ever happen. I don't know. There's just always that part of me that feels like I can always do better. But I guess that's that's part of acting, is just to play and be free. There's always going to be that little piece of me that will always think.
It's also a great indication, because it indicates that you're always open to learning even more.
Exactly.
And so you were on another very popular thing called 50 Shades of Grey.
That's right. Yes, I was.
How crazy was that?
It was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do people come up to you and talk to you about 50 Shades of Grey? Or how was the whole experience for you?
Oh man, it was a pretty crazy experience because it happened when the height of the books came out. And when I had the audition, I was like, oh, I have an audition for this? So it was really exciting. I've had a few friends that have come up to me and said, oh, we saw you in that. Oh my God, it's you. So that was really, really cool. But what's funny is, in the actual, when it aired in the theaters, there was a different edit and I wasn't in that. So it was interesting to see that, because I went to the theaters, I didn't see it. But there's another edit where I'm in the actual movie, and all of my friends have said, oh my gosh, we saw you in it. So it's pretty interesting, yeah.
All right, okay, we'll take a short break and come back and keep talking about it.
You and I Talk Show with Louise UWACU. We love you, the authors, the musicians, the comedians, the entrepreneurs, and all other talented and inspiring people. Please contact info@uwacu.com to be a guest on the show.
All right, my people, we're back. We're still talking to Brandi ALEXANDER. So let's tell people where that beauty comes from. You're born to a Filipino mother, and then your father is African and Aboriginal and European.
Yes, mixed, yes.
How did that happen?
I don't know, something happened.
So where did your parents meet?
They met in high school. They went to high school together.
Here in BC?
In Vancouver.
Wow.
Yes.
So your mom came from?
She came from the Philippines.
To Vancouver.
Yes. And my dad is Canadian-born Vancouver guy. So they met, they were lovers in high school. And then I happened.
Wow. Do you have other siblings?
I have one younger sister.
Okay. Is she into the same industry?
No, completely different. And I always bug her. I say, why don't you want to be in the same industry as me? And she's like, oh, it's not my thing.
Okay.
Oh, I get that.
What is her shape and size? Does she have the model look, the shape and size, or what?
She's beautiful, but we're two different types of women.
Okay.
But she's not as open and out there as I am. She's a little bit more reserved, and I get that.
I see. So is there anything else that you wanted to do apart from being in show business? Like, did you ever think that you would be doing any other thing, like, you know, being a dentist or something like that?
Oh man.
What other profession have you considered?
Well, when I was a child.
Yes.
When I was a child.
Yeah.
I was amused with Egyptology and the Sphinx and the pyramids. So as a little child, that's what I really wanted to be, an Egyptologist. And recently, I also took a course on holistic nutrition. So I have that in my back pocket.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah, it's another passion of mine. I love helping family and friends with their diet and their health. I think it's
what is the holistic nutritionist do? That sounds interesting.
I guess you could say it's preventative nutrition. So it's starting with your diet and what you put in your body to prevent from other things and ailments happening later on in life.
So you always hear people in show business, actors and actresses, going hungry or going, going like unhealthy habits. Like, did that influence you more into the holistic thing so that you could know how to take care of yourself? Like, why were you interested in that?
I've always been interested in health and nutrition and fitness. Starting off as a model, that kind of geared me towards nutrition because I'd always see girls not eating, healthy and having proper diets. And, I said, this is something I really want to go into and learn about. And also just the fact of helping my family and friends. It's a great thing to know and a great thing to have. So that's what really.
So people come to you for advice too in that area. Tell me what to eat. Tell me how to exercise.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, a lot of my family always bug me. They're like, "Okay, Brandi, what should I eat? Is this good? Is this bad? Organic? Or what should I do?" So you got to take it with a grain of salt. You got to make you happy, but also, sift through and figure out what you can and can't have. But don't, you got to have that part where if you want that good thing, have it. But don't have a negative mind with it.
And there's also so much pressure to be skinny, and to look a certain way. Do you feel that pressure? Do you feel like you have to stay within that?
In this business, it's very competitive because you're always going to have the next younger girl right there. But I feel like, as I get older, I'm changing and I'm appreciating that and I'm accepting that. So there is pressure, but I'm also learning how to accept. I am who I am.
This is nice. So you advise women, accept where you are, enjoy where you've been, and accept where you are right now, because you're growing anyways. You can't change that.
Don't fight it.
So what about your future plans? What are you planning for the future right now?
I like to live in the now. So I like to go with the flow. And wherever that takes me, I'm not thinking about the future, but just living in the now. And whatever happens, happens. That's how I like to keep an open mind.
You're open to whatever may happen, not too much stress over the future, because that's gonna affect how you react in the present, I suppose.
Yeah.
Nice.
Less
Okay.
stress.
Yeah. All right, we'll take a short break and come back, my people. Thank you for being here.
You and I Talk Show with Louise UWACU. We love you, the authors, the musicians, the comedians, the entrepreneurs, and all other talented and inspiring people. Please contact info@uwacu.com to be a guest on the show.
All right, my people, we are back, still talking to the beautiful Brandi ALEXANDER. So you started so young at age 13, and you were approached to be a model.
Yes.
How did that happen? You were just walking, being your model self in the street?
I will tell you how this happened. I remember it. I was actually in a McDonald's washroom.
Whoa.
And a modeling scout approached me and they gave me their card, and that's how it kind of started.
Which McDonald's is this, so people can be going there?
This was a McDonald's that was on Robson and I believe it was Burrard at the time. Yeah, happened a while ago.
So this was also before you were a nutritionist, the holistic thing.
There you go, McDonald's.
Wow, so they gave you their card, and then how did you react to that?
I jumped on it because I was just so excited about it, and that someone wanted me to, was interested in me. So I jumped on it, and I started like that, little steps, and went into modeling first, photo shoots, did some runway commercial modeling.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. So what would be your advice for the young ones who are young and upcoming and this may happen to them? What would be your advice to them?
My advice would be to be you and not change for anyone else. With all the pressures today, with society and social media saying that you have to be a certain way and that you have to be this, just remember to be you and stay humble, and don't let anything sway how you think, and be an individual.
But when you start so young, let's say at 13 years old, do you know yet who you are? Because being you, like who is you? Do you even know?
You do have an idea, because you have your family that's influenced you, and you have friends. You've kind of developed a bit of who you are. So what I'm saying is, don't try to change for an agent to say, oh, you've got to lose this weight, or you've got to do this with your nose, or you've got to do this. Be you and be proud of who you are. Don't let people change you. Stay grounded.
Yes, so even if you may have some flaws, some little imperfections, accept those imperfections and keep them, because they're part of who you are.
Yes.
So did people try to change you, for example? What were they trying to change about you?
Oh man, it's an ongoing thing. When I was younger, I used to have a gap, and I hated my hair. It's so big.
Is that your real hair, by the way?
This is my hair.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
This is the kind of hair that people buy to put on their hair as a fake hair.
Exactly.
Very nice.
Yeah, so I've learned to accept who I am. I've gone through it all, the hair thing. I'm kind of trying to fit in with, my different ethnicities.
Yes, where do you fit in?
Where do I fit in?
Do you speak any Filipino? When you go to Philippines, do you speak?
Oh, I can understand.
You can
completely. So if someone's speaking Tagalog, I know everything that they're saying. So watch out.
Very good mother. What about any African languages?
I know. I wish I never learned. But I had a Filipino mother that taught me Tagalog, so that's one language that I understand.
That's very nice, because people always ask you anyways, what is your mother tongue? So I guess your mother tongue?
is Tagalog, so I can understand it.
Very nice. Have you ever traveled and been to the Philippines or went to Egypt and seen the rest of the continent?
I've been to the Philippines. I was there earlier on in the year. It was beautiful. I went to Boracay for a friend's wedding, and I got to use some of my Tagalog. And people were surprised that I knew the language. They couldn't believe it. So that was really fun to be able to speak and to fit in and to see the culture.
How did they think about you and your, like, who you are? Like, do they feel like you're one of theirs, or do they feel like, not really? Like, how did they see you?
It's funny because, yeah, like I said, sometimes when I was, you know, in the mall or in the market, I would start talking. And I'd give, you know, broken Tagalog, and I'd speak, and I'd, you know, throw some words in there, and people were shocked. Like, oh my gosh, no, you're not. They just couldn't believe that I was half Filipino.
Yeah.
So it's funny how I can kind of fit in there. But yeah, as you said, yeah, people, they don't feel like I fit in, but when I start speaking the language, then I guess
It does
I won.
the trick. It does the trick.
Does the trick. Yeah.
Wow, Brandi, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Any last words that you want to say about where can people find you and anything you want to say?
Well, I want to say tune in Wednesday night at 9 p.m. on CBC, and tune into the Romeo Section.
Yes. All right, my people, the Romeo Section. You have seen Jamie Kalika on the show, and you have seen Chris on the VIFF red carpet. Tune in to watch more Brandi Alexander, CBC on Wednesday night, my people. Thank you for being here.